We are nearly 3 weeks now into the search for Nancy Guthrie and her kidnapper.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department hasn't held a news conference in 2 weeks. 12 News journalist Gabriella Becerra is live outside of Nancy Guthrie's home in the Catalina foothills. Gabriella.
Well, Troy Tram, the longer this case goes on, the more community support we're seeing from people. We've seen an influx of neighbors and people who don't even live around here stop by with flowers and other little items of hope to contribute to a growing memorial outside of Nancy's house. We've also seen a lot of ribbons tied to mailboxes in this Catalina foothills neighborhood. I want to show you some video that we took earlier of that growing memorial. Just a lot of different yellow flowers, adding some brightness to this street. But at the same time, the hope for Nancy's homecoming is met by a very tense feeling to now be 19 days in without any answers about where Nancy is or who possibly took her. The Pima County Sheriff's Department just released an email, but fortunately it didn't really have any new updates for us today. We know they're waiting on more DNA evidence found inside of Nancy's home to be analyzed. That DNA, some of that DNA rather, has been run through CODIS. It's a database, and so far it has not delivered any matches. Investigators are actively exploring genetic genealogy, which experts say is a process that can vary in length but hopefully lead to family members of that person. We're also learning from NBC News that there is no evidence that Nancy is in Mexico, although investigators have been in touch with officials on both sides of the border since the very beginning of this case. There haven't been any signs of Nancy anywhere in the past 19 days, and I spoke with retired Phoenix Police Commander Jeffeory Hynes, and he shared a grim outlook as this search nears a third week.
Do we wish it could be solved quicker? Yes. But are these guys going to stop? And again, guys is a generic term for both male and female. Is that this is something they're not going to stop until they find this person. Unfortunately, with Nancy, the further out we go, the implications are there that it's a body recovery operation now.
And Hynes says the most energy in cases like this are within the first month, when agencies can throw a lot of their resources at them. And as time goes on, those resources may dwindle, but he says they'll never give up entirely. And the sheriff has said that this case won't go cold as long as they're getting new tips and leads to follow. So they're really encouraging people who have information about Nancy or her whereabouts to continue calling in. Rewards in the case being offered have now reached over $200,000. Live in Tucson, Gabriella Becerra, 12 News.
And that's really the nature of these kinds of cases, right, Gabby? I mean, as you know, the media attention, as it goes on day after day after day, and there's no new big development, the media attention dies down a little bit. The scores of FBI agents will have other cases that come up, and so eventually, while not going cold, you're not going to have that same attention as you did in the early days of this case.
That's right. And the expert I spoke with said it's, not like a movie or a TV show where things are solved overnight. But he added that, the attention on this is a good thing in terms that, people who may think of something that they saw could call that in, and that could be the tip or lead that helps them break this case.
All right. Gabriella Becerra down in Tucson. Thank you, Gabby.